Hey, this is Kurt Angle, and I want to give a shout out to the best podcast in the business, NightCap Recap. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is the NightCap Recap. Check it out. We got page up on YouTube under Full Press Media, NightCap Recap Media. Follow that. Also, specialty media as well. Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis. Guys, we got special guests tonight. Jeremy, Rock and Noel channel. Been on his channel talking wrestling leading up to this. The big collab, the big Wrestlemania preview. My man Jeremy in the house. What's up?
What's up, baby? Live from Las Vegas, where it's about to go down. I'm about a half a mile away from, will it be the scene of magic or the scene of crime? I don't know. It's WWE, but honored to be here. Let's do this. It's Mania. It's our Super Bowl.
Mania, baby. It is Mania season. Teddy, what is up, my brother?
Jimmy, I'll start it off the same way I do every time. Great to be alive on a Tuesday night. We're recording the NightCap Recap. It's WrestleMania week. Jeremy said it right there. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to talk about it, man. And Jeremy, thanks for hopping on with us.
My honor. Great to meet you, Teddy.
Absolutely.
Guys, WrestleMania, we've been doing it, the lead-ins. Look, third time Vegas has hosted WrestleMania. Teddy and myself came on last year. We said WrestleMania 9 didn't work. We said WrestleMania 41 didn't work in Vegas. For some reason, Vegas and Mania just don't work. We're going to try it again. TKO, they're greedy. They just want people to come. Pat McAfee, you're 25% off. It didn't work. No tickets are moving. You ain't that big of a star, brother. Guys on a NightCap Recap are bigger stars than you. Yes, I just cut a wrestling promo better than he did. But we got to talk to Jeremy because he is in Vegas, WrestleMania 42. Look, we got to know what's the scene out there. What's it like? What's going on out there?
Man, I know you went heel there, Jim, and I respect that, but it was a success here last year. It was.
That's one man's opinion.
It was a monster success. I don't think they'd be back here if it wasn't. But man, the vibe is great. It's starting to pick up a little bit today. By tomorrow, it should really kick into full gear. No pun intended. No AW reference.
I like it.
You're starting to see more pictures up. But when I got here last Wednesday, because Jim knows I've been here since almost a week now, covering hockey and now into this, MGM Grand right away had up WWE stuff. I went to the Golden Knights game last night, right in the opening video, Protect the Fortress. It was all WWE people. Tiffany Stratton, Trick Williams, all them posted a promo, and then Chelsea Green did the opening at the Vegas Knights game where they roll the
horn, yeah, the big horn, yeah.
Big horn, Chelsea Green did it. It's picking up. There's some excitement, and the indie stuff and some of the other shows are starting to sell out around town. That's the word I'm hearing from people. That people are really just as excited for the other stuff as Mania. And me personally, I think that's great.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy. I think it's great when this weekend comes, whatever your thoughts on are the card, if there's excitement, not excitement, the entire wrestling world seems to congregate to one location. What better area than Vegas? I mean, I haven't been out there in a long time, but I could just imagine the Strip with all the wrestlers' pictures all over the place on the Strip, events here and there, WrestleCon, everything going on. I think it's cool that when the entire wrestling world can get together in one location and just take over.
No, it's fantastic. And if you think about it, a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't want to go back to Vegas. I was here last year, or I don't want to go to Vegas this year because you didn't come last year because you think you're part of the repeat. The odds are you're probably not going to Saudi Arabia next year. So you're telling yourself,
Right.
I'm not here this year, it's 2 years minimum.
Right.
So,
And I think look, I know New Orleans was going to be the host city. They probably would have sold that out. Jimmy talked about it, the ticket sales. A few tickets did move after McAfee's comments, but the funny thing is the tickets that moved were for night 2. It wasn't for the night that he was talking about. We're taking 25% off, and it wasn't that big of a movement, right? So coming out and telling your audience that you shouldn't buy tickets to a certain show, I don't know what they're trying to do here, reverse psychology. But hey, look, back-to-back years. Obviously, they're comfortable out there. TKO, it's a business. We all know what's going on here. It's a different thing now. So, look, Vegas, what better place to have it than sometimes?
and if you've never been to Vegas, everything is right near each other. Everything is so convenient. It's an incredible host. WWE's made some changes this year. You could tell they're stacking night 2. They're putting all their
Oh,
chips
I mean,
on the night 2 plate. I wish I had known that before I bought a night 1 ticket. But that being said, the vibe is there. The vibe is here. Last year was insane. I got here the Wednesday last year, so I'll be talking to you tomorrow, Jim and Teddy, and let you know how Wednesday is. I expect the big other show being talked about is Joey Janela's Spring Break.
oh, he always does like a banger for WrestleMania a weekend. He always does
Yeah.
it.
He always does, and his tickets are starting to really move.
That's great. Well, I was going to say, Jeremy, I mean, you could still sell your ticket for night 1 and just use that money towards night 2 if you really wanted to. You could do that.
I know. I'm thinking about it. I put a tweet out about it today.
Yeah.
Because also the issue in Vegas was WWE fought them on the watch parties.
That's right.
He fought them
That's
because they were upset about ticket sales, and finally Vegas stepped in and said, "You can't do this. Our deal was that we could have live event watch parties while you do your thing here." And City of Vegas won. So the watch parties are starting to get announced by the day.
Which is good because I don't think that would be the right thing to do. I get it detracts from some of the ticket sales, but you can't shut down a watch parties through an entire city. Like, I'm glad Vegas stepped in and did that.
In Vegas, where there's so many bars, so many places, so many fans in town for the day.
And not to mention the big sports book that has the pool is going to show WrestleMania. Like, that's
Right.
the spot. Like, everybody's
Exactly.
going to the pool. The hotel with the pool. Like, I was there. First of all,
Circus.
I was there for the NHL draft. It was great. I congregated over there because I had friends over there. It's a great time. Like, look, when I went, it was hot as anything because it was end of June. You know, yeah, that's when the NHL draft is. This is probably a little bit more comfortable, a little better weather.
Perfect.
But
70 and sunny.
Ooh,
but here's the
love
thing.
it.
Look, we said it. If they had decided, if TKO decided to drop ticket prices after the initial 35,000 or whatever was sold, people would have had time to buy a plane ticket, get a hotel, get all this stuff that would have been cheaper. You can't do that a month in advance, a place like Vegas, when the prices were already jacked up.
Right. Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. And as Bully Ray said, you left yourself maybe last minute to maybe getting some LA people to drive down as it got closer. Hotels weren't that hard to get. Let's just say.
Yeah, but that again, hotels aren't
Which is
hard
not a good
to get
thing.
months in advance.
Correct.
A
Correct.
couple of days in advance, weeks in advance, they're a lot harder to get because
I'm sorry.
price is going up.
Right. The average Joe has to have time to plan, to get
Yeah.
the tickets, to get time off work, to do that. And that's why they started announcing WrestleMania a year in advance, all this, to give people time.
Yeah, but all right, like real quick, like not to like change events here, but did everybody see the SummerSlam tickets already
For
they-
Minnesota?
for
Are they WrestleMania
Minnesota?
prices?
No, what do we got?
Front row, both
Oh, man.
nights, $25,000. Are you
My
kidding
goodness.
me?
My goodness. It just keeps going up with every event that passes as the year goes on.
Yeah,
It feels like they're just going up and up.
yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyway,
TKO doesn't get it. McMahon may have been a businessman and a little crazy, but he did have a spot that said, "I do care about the fans."
but
Yeah.
but McMahon also treated the fans like his customers, like Cody said, because without them, WrestleMania doesn't happen. Like, they're not selling out Dallas. They're not selling out these big stadiums without the fans being there at reasonable prices. Like,
Right.
you're telling me you're selling out WrestleMania 17 at the Astrodome with TKO prices? Not a chance.
No, and even what the dollar was then versus now, it's insane. It's gonna catch up. It's got to catch up. The market has to reset itself eventually. AEW, there's a rumor I heard today, and I'm not saying it's true, but they're talking about running New Orleans the week of Saudi Arabia next year, partnering up with WrestleCon and having some monster event.
They
I mean,
should, man.
that's
They
been-
should.
It could
That's
be
been
interesting.
the rumor, but I'll say this: that's been the rumor going back to All In last year. Like
Now,
when
God-
they ran All In Texas, this
And
has
please
been
let me
the big
qualify,
rumor.
I'm not reporting anything there.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not reporting anything either.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, Lefty and I kind of talked about it last year. Everybody in the community was saying after WrestleMania, after what happened, after they changed events, it's like, well, why can't AW partner with everybody and just have like this major super show WrestleMania weekend in the United States because the fans are getting robbed of WrestleMania.
Right. And it would be
and
New Orleans as a FU to WWE.
yeah, and I was going to say, especially considering, was WrestlePalooza not created to go against AEW? Did they not do that last year where they the weekend of All In or whatever event there was at
No,
WWE?
it was we were at All Out last year. Remember, we were up in Toronto.
Correct. They specifically chose a weekend that they knew AEW was doing a show. So
They've
like, why can't AEW do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Some numerous Saturday night main events to go in Texas. They ran their 2 in the afternoon because of that. Tony hasn't wanted that. They've always been trying to say we're different. We're not trying to make your week our week. I don't know. I think the gloves are off now. That could be interesting.
I think he do it, and I think with New Japan, with a bunch of indies, you run an all-in type event like before AEW officially launched, an all-in indie show like that for the fans. WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans
it would be successful.
It would be successful. He would sell out the Superdome 2 nights if he wanted to.
What's your competition if the other show's in Saudi Arabia?
You have none. You have none. Yeah. Especially when WrestleMania will start. I believe it'll start in the afternoon here, East Coast time. Yeah. You're telling me you can't run a nighttime show in New Orleans?
Great point. It's a great point.
Great
and the
point.
only ones you may lose a little, and you can work around this, is the WWE European fans. A lot of them, Saudi Arabia is closer.
Right.
From here.
So you get
the American fans.
You get the Canadians. You get you partner with CMLL. You get all those fans that come up from Mexico. Sure. You get a ton of promotions. I love that idea. I would do it. Big wrestling weekend for the fans. I would love that.
Mega show.
Mega show. Huge mega show. And look, Vince put together WrestleMania as a mega show. Everybody knows what he did. First one, celebrities. And this is where I got to start. And I want to get everybody's. We've kind of touched on it over the last couple of weeks. Look, I hear the counterpoint. Celebrities have always been a part of WrestleMania. I get it. I understand that as a wrestling fan. I get this. They were never, outside of Lawrence Taylor in a match, they've never been heavily involved like this before. Like, heavily involved in a storyline. Like, yes, we had Mike Tyson. I get it. He was the enforcer, this and that. I understand that. We've had musical guests. But I say, and I will point to everybody who said, oh, celebrities are always a part of WrestleMania. Oh, really? Tell me from WrestleMania 17 through 23, who were the major celebrities involved in those shows?
Sitting in the crowd on TV.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I don't look again. I've told this to Jeremy on his wrestling show on Rock and Roll Channel. We talked about it last week, Teddy. Unless this is leading to some big like major storyline at the Survivor Series War Games, I hate it. I don't like it. You had 20 years of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton sitting right here, and you just went like,
never
no,
had
we need Pat McAfee. Like,
correct.
why?
I will say, because the McAfee involvement is the big egregious one that we all hate, that we don't understand. It's unnecessary. I can understand to a point on the undercard, an I Show Speed. Look, Logan Paul's become a full-time guy. And Michael Cole said on Raw, after that segment of I Show Speed and Logan Paul was the highest viewed segment on WWE's YouTube. So their reach is greater than, whatever the WWE audience is. Unfortunately, we're from the old school. So we're going to think that way. This new era, they're thinking about just the YouTube views and the impressions and the social media likes. So unfortunately, that's going to happen. I'm even okay with Jelly Roll was involved as a bit player in that feud. But when you get Pat McAfee in here, the heavy involvement, making no sense with all the promos he's cutting, that's where I draw the line, guys. I'm with you, both you guys, on that. Don't understand it. We had a rich history we could have jumped into to tell the story of Cody and Orton.
And real quick before Jeremy jumps in, I don't want to cut him off because I want to hear his thoughts. It takes away. It basically made, like we always said, I said this last week and I'm going to repeat myself. The Raw after, I believe it was a Raw after the Royal Rumble when Tyson came in. Everybody thought we were getting Tyson and Austin it was really Austin and Michaels. Are we really getting Orton and Rhodes, or are we getting Rhodes and McAfee? I'm confused on who he's wrestling, guys.
That's such a great point. This is really now we're seeing as fans the divide between TKO and Triple H and his crews.
Yeah.
We're seeing the divide, and we're seeing the divide also with the guys who were there in the Vince era who know how the business really should be run versus the wrestlers who have just come up in the TKO world and recently and don't know better.
Right.
I believe the rumor that Cody and Orton begged not to have this.
I agree. I'm with you, Jeremy. I think so.
I'm not there. Just from my gut, I believe they didn't. Triple H does not have the say we think he does.
No.
Especially when it comes to these.
A puppet, but TKO is his boss.
Yeah. At the end of the day, he has to listen to the bosses above him. That was the issue with The Rock. Look, the final boss thing worked because it was such a good story, and Cody Rhodes carried that thing while Roman was out. We didn't. Like people were saying, we were going to get a Cody Rock match out of that, which we could have, but it was so well done. And I think they've tried to go back and repeat this with last year with Travis Scott. Again, didn't work because they decided that this is going to be nothing. Now we're getting Pat McAfee, and it's Cody Rhodes. If you saw his words on some of these podcasts he's been doing this week, I mean, he's straight up telling you, he's like, we got 20 years of history, and we had to inject Pat McAfee into this storyline, and I don't know why we did it. So I agree with you. I think Cody and Orton don't like this at all.
I think they don't like it either, but we as fans, I always qualify to anyone watching who's still learning the business. Let's see if there's a payoff. If we see something at Mania or the SmackDown after that all ties it in and makes sense that The Rock comes back, or they're setting up Cody and Rocket in Saudi Arabia because Rock can't turn down a Saudi payday. I'll say it made sense because we know Pat's a TKO guy. We know Pat's represented by those people. If he's just a mouthpiece for what people want, I think it works. If it doesn't, if it's just McAfee hitting Cody in the you-know-what at Mania, then what do we have here?
Yeah. The payoff is a Cody and Jelly Roll versus Orton and McAfee at Backlash, which is so dumb. This should have happened. Like if that's what we're doing, that should have happened on the back end of Mania. Let's get to Cody and Orton for Mania, their story. Build it with, you could have Brandy in there. You could have Orton threatening to punt his wife, whatever you want to do. And then on the back end of that, McAfee and Jelly Roll get involved, and we get that tag match. We don't need it into WrestleMania. Cody's become the face of the company. I feel like it's a slap in the face to him that they're throwing him into like this kind of story. And of course, he's got to go along with it. He's not, look, he'll say what he wants. They're not going to fire him, but I agree with you. Heart of hearts, and especially a guy like Orton, a 20-plus year veteran, his real thoughts on this. One day we're going to hear the real thoughts from both of them.
Who had a classic storyline with The Undertaker that put him over and made him who he was.
Right.
Like that
20th anniversary of that.
Yeah. So, like, to me, again, it goes to, okay, Rhodes isn't happy, Orton's not happy. Priest has said some shoot interviews about some of the locker room backlash. Like, again, is some of it planned? Is it some of it's okay? Like, is it a work shoot kind of thing? Maybe. But, like, if all these guys are mad about it, like, there's a problem here. And why are we doing it with QB1, the guy who Vince brought back to be the face of the company, to be that, like, Cody Orton is a headline WrestleMania night.
It sells itself.
It sells itself. You don't need anybody involved in this thing. Like, zero involvement. Legacy. Could have brought up Ted DiBiase Jr. Could have brought up everything. But no, we have to do it this way. Oh, and by the way, Pat McAfee just ruins the finish because he's like, well, if Orton doesn't win his 15th title, you'll never see me in wrestling again. Meanwhile, we've announced the tag match, so we know who's winning already.
Yeah.
True.
A little predictable.
That's where TKO is showing they're not wrestling people.
Look,
correct.
Let the wrestling people do the wrestling stuff.
Look, I've said it from day one. I never liked the merger with TKO. Nick Khan's given us some shout outs on the program. He did. Like, I have to find it. He did do it. Like, he's a nice guy. Triple H knows the business. as much as Brett disses on him, he does know some things, but I do agree with Brett sometimes, like Triple H does, like whatever. But again, look, I'll say this. The match is going to be fine. I think the match itself, I think Orton and Rhodes are going to put together a classic match. I think they're
agree.
going to do it with there'll be some stupid stuff in there with Jelly Roll and Pat, whatever. The match itself, I think, will be fine. The build-up has been awful. Like, complete awful, but I think the match will be good.
And you know what? I think they would agree with you.
Yeah.
I know they would.
We're going to remember this for the wrong reasons, unfortunately, when we look back on it. Even the Cena Cody Mania, which could have been better than it was. We're going to look back and think 2 years ago, you kickstarted a new era of wrestling with the end of WrestleMania 40. We're starting a new chapter on everything. And this is what it's come to 2 years later. You have so much better storytelling that you could put together than this. And it's unfortunate that this is what we're going to remember when we look back on it. But I think that Cody and Randy will put together a good match. It's just the execution of getting it to there is not good.
No, I agree. And you did it so late in the game, too, with McAfee.
Yeah.
If you had done McAfee in the beginning, whether you like it or not, you could have made some changes. You could have done some things to make it even better.
Yeah.
You did this so late in the game where unless you have a major payoff at Mania, it's going to be one of the most biggest what things ever. Not Austin. I'm talking why. Let me rephrase that. It'll be the biggest why. Why did you do this?
Right.
Well,
That's what we've been clamoring for
like
years.
It's Travis Scott all over again. It is.
But the only difference is Travis didn't want to do business after it. It wasn't what they thought it would be. Pat will do business.
Look, maybe Adam Cole was right all those years ago on his show.
He might have been right? This is coming full circle about Pat. Look, I like Pat. When Pat came in, I know he grew up a wrestling fan. You could tell when a celeb is a wrestling fan, and he was an announcer and all that. You could tell when they're putting their heart and soul into it. So we could give him the nod there. But I think even he probably thought, like, do they really need me in this? Like, the fans are going to turn on me so bad. And that's what's happened here. Like, the hardcores are turning on him big time here.
I'm sorry. I wanted this to happen even later because McAfee wasn't on board. That's a great point.
You might be right about that.
Board, and then they gave him an offer that Jim would have taken. Anybody, even if it didn't make sense.
Yeah, he probably thought, I got to take it.
Cornette in this spot. I'm going to be honest.
I think Arn Anderson would have made sense.
Right.
Cowboy Bob. I wanted Cowboy Bob. I would have taken Cowboy Bob.
That was
coming
odd,
back.
but Charlie Flair would have been interesting because then you build a little faction, and if Randy's not there, she can run stuff. You have Orton's and the Flairs against the Rhodes. I mean,
so much storytelling.
What I didn't understand was Randy's whole thing was wrestling has more than one royal family, which he's right. Pat McAfee is not a royal family.
Exactly.
So show me a payoff. Show me where he's got to be the Rock's mouthpiece. He's got to be.
I hope, man. I really hope it's something.
The promo was directed at The Rock.
Yeah.
That night when McAfee showed up. CM Punk has directed stuff at The Rock as a result of this.
That's right.
It has to be.
You would think, Jeremy. You would think.
You would think. You never know. If not, I don't want The Rock's name even associated with WWE anymore. Take him off the network. We're done here.
You would think for such a piss poor, the negative reaction they're getting would it make them say, hey, we need to deliver something huge here. And maybe that's what it is. Like, we hope. I'm not going to get my hopes up because we always get disappointed when we get our hopes up with this stuff. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm holding off on doing. If The Rock shows up, I want to be generally excited because everybody got disappointed last year because everybody, Rock's got to be there. No, forget that. But look, like I said, Cody and Orton will put on a good match. I've tweeted this out. I'll say it again till the day I die. Night one's true main event, true main event, is the unsanctioned match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. It feels like it's the main event. It has that vibe of the main event. Look, man, Drew McIntyre putting Jacob Fatu in chains, saying, this is where you belong. This has been your life.
They're shooting a lot there.
I'm like, wow, okay, but like these two dudes have legit hate, feel hate. Like,
Story's been fantastic.
No, like we've said, Oba and Brock on night 2 feels like a main event. No title on the line.
Apparently, it's been announced they're opening the show night 2.
Yeah, they are the free hour on ESPN. They are. Yep.
Yo, Brock, take your ball, go home like Austin. You don't work for free, brother. Like, nah. But anyway, I say both those matches, not involving the world titles, just feel like bigger matches than the world title matches.
Which is good. WWE's actually taking a page from what AEW did well in the beginning. And not that saying they're trying to copy them because they'd probably cancel me. Is AEW did a great job of making each match just as big. And where WWE only focused in the past on the first two matches, maybe. And the rest were all like fill-ins.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was going to say they had a history of doing that.
Fatu storyline's fantastic, even down to an appearance that Drew did the other day before SmackDown, where he made sure the cameras were there, and he taunted with the fans saying, "Sorry, Jacob couldn't be here for this appearance too. He's got community service." But Drew is so good at building the storyline even outside of TV.
Right. And this is a guy that a lot of people, coming into 2026, we thought, all right, if Drew McIntyre is the champ, maybe they're finally going to give him like what he deserved, being in the main event. He might be involved, and he loses the title. So look, he's been so good at putting other people over, right? And like you said, he builds feuds on social media and does everything. So to me, this is Drew going overtime to make sure Jacob Fatu gets the rub. Like, I fully expect Jacob Fatu to win this because I think Drew's going to go away a little bit to film some things from what I've read. So if that's the case, what better way than this storyline, Jacob Fatu overcoming that, and then you put this guy in another stratosphere, getting the rub from a former multi-time world champion. Drew should be commended. He's kind of the unsung hero over these last couple of years in this Triple H era, these last few years. While it's been Cody and Roman and Seth at the top and CM Punk, Drew's been right there, right beneath them. So I agree. I think the build-up to this has been great, and I think these two are gonna kill each other, and it's gonna be great. And Jacob's gonna go over, I think.
And the credit to Drew is the guys you mentioned who've been right above him are also guys TKO invests in and push, where Drew's kind of had to do it on his own.
Right.
Very true. Very, very true. All right, so we all figured Jacob's gonna win this match.
Yes.
All right, you mentioned it before, Teddy. Look, you got Vision, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISO Speed taking on the Usos and LA Knight. How we feel about this match?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I'm just gonna make sure where the nearest bathroom is.
It's the first match of the night. It's the first match of the night, I think.
You're not coming in hot with that match to me.
You're not. I agree.
This is a filler match to me. I don't know why. The only reason it is the first match of the night is because ISO has a huge pop culture following, is huge, and he'll get eyes on ESPN.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's why they're opening the show. As I said before, one of his clips was the most viewed YouTube clip that WWE has had on their YouTube channel.
Personally, go live during that match.
Absolutely, that's going to happen. Logan Paul's got his reach.
Yeah,
and it's a shame. Look. Unfortunately, Jimmy, time of death. I'm saying it right here on this show. We've been championing LA Knight for 4 years. With the rise of Obafemi and some other guys, the LA Knight to the main event world title probably will not happen. That's one of my favorite guys, but I'm going to say it officially here. He is not getting pushed beyond what we're seeing right now. He is stuck in an opening 6-man match with celebrities. So it's unfortunate. Still a great worker, great gimmick, still over. I'm sorry, LA Knight. I'm selling the stock. So it's unfortunate. And the Usos, who the last 2 years had such high involvement with WrestleMania, this is what it's come down to. So I don't care who wins this match. I'm going to say that the Vision and ISO Speed find a way to win this. And with LA Knight and Jey Uso, right? You said, Jimmy, you think they'll have some kind of dissension and that'll cause a loss, right?
So I think there'll be some dissension despite what we're getting teased with this bloodline thing because, we got to go back to work. It's like, yeah, it did work, but it's not the right time to go back to it.
So, well, look, I've been actually probably one of in the minority here. I've enjoyed this Solo Tamatanga. What's going on with the MFTs? He showed up on Raw to talk to his brothers. I said, if you've been paying attention to some of these promos, someone said Solo sounded like Roman. Is the bloodline going to reform? Like, I don't know. But I do like this whole storyline, their underlying thing they're doing here. Might not be a popular thing, but it's interesting. I'll say that.
It is interesting. Look, I still think this leads to like Jay kind of doing his thing with Solo and that crew, just because I don't think he wants to be Roman's understudy anymore. He's main eventer. Yeah. He's won world titles. Like, why would he want to go back to that? So I think the division will open and get a win, just to get some heat, because I think that's what we got to do. We talked about Jacob and Drew on night one. Steffi Vakor and Liv Morgan. What a segment on Raw. Loved it. Got me amped for this match. Ready for this match. This is gonna be a barn burner.
Well, great storyline. They decided to go. They chose violence. I'm not even talking from a fighting standpoint. I'm talking from words.
Yeah.
Where Rhea and Jade based their match on big and physicality. These two were bit. I mean, this is one of the best promo battles I've seen for a women's match at Mania in a long time.
I agree, Jeremy. I mean, Liv got me. Look, I was already hyped, but Liv, the way she was reacting on Monday night, that we've been seeing the memes around here. That's a typical Jersey girl on a Saturday night down the shore, screaming like a lunatic like that. I don't know if you've seen those memes, but I was laughing at that. But yeah, I mean, that segment and look, the verbal, yeah. But when they've had to get physical, they are bringing it. Me and Jimmy talked about it. We thought a couple weeks ago that Steph actually injured Liv for real when she threw her into the Titantron video, into the video wall. So I can't wait for this. Plus the head bump into Roxanne.
Selling that on social media perfectly.
Yeah, so I'm hyped. They did a great job. One of the top women's matches I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
The video that just came out for Liv, I mean, they're putting some money into this match.
Now, our prediction-wise, though, do we think Steph retains or is Liv taking the title back here? I mean, that's a tough one.
Jim, go first.
I wouldn't make a title switch here. That's just me.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
No, you're not booking. You're not booking. We want to hear what you think's gonna happen.
I think Liv's winning the title at WrestleMania.
I got Steph. I
guess I'll be the tiebreaker. I'm gonna say as much as I kind of turned. I think Steph's gonna keep it. I'm going Liv. Heart of hearts. They don't make her win the yeah. They don't make her win the Rumble and build her back up. I think they're trying to get Judgment Day back with some titles. I'm going Liv's winning the title here.
Doesn't Liv have a crazy schedule coming up outside of wrestling?
If she does, then we stand corrected here.
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying. I'm wondering if that's because that's part of my thought.
You might be right. She's got a lot going on.
Movies and she's got a lot of stuff coming.
I mean,
up.
I would like to see a retention here, so it'd be nice.
I would too. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking really how they're booking.
You got to start building the young generation of women's.
Well, that's why but here, just real quick before we move on to the next match, I just Jeremy's got a point here. Steph and Raquel's got some unfinished business here too. Maybe you could go that way after Mania.
And Liv and Raquel.
Point.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Triple H does. Becky, AJ Lee should be good. Their first one was okay. Let's see if they can hype it up. There really hasn't been a lot around them. It doesn't feel like everything else is kind of overtaking this match.
They had a good sit down a couple weeks ago. I thought that they sold that really well because AJ, they haven't really gone in depth with her until that time. So I'm glad that they kind of touched on the story a little bit more and got more emotions out of her in this story. So I think Becky's going to probably win this thing back. We don't know. AJ Lee, obviously back. She's not a full timer. She's not going to be on here often. So I think I think Becky Lynch retaining by some chicanery, some cheating tactics here.
No, AJ's the champ.
I think Becky's gonna win it back, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, It's funny. This is one of those rare times where their match at Elimination was good. They hyped it up to be a lot better, and it was good. It got the job done, but the rematch totally makes sense here. Which
it does.
Fans don't love immediate rematches at Mania. We're very. We want to see what we haven't seen before or build up for a while. This rematch makes sense. I think it's going to be a lot better than the first one. I remember Chris Jericho telling me once, it's really the second, third, fourth, fifth time you wrestle someone that you really get into a groove with. AJ's first single match in what, 12 years it was?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a good one. It doesn't have the excitement as living in Stephanie for me.
Yeah. No, absolutely doesn't.
Oh no, well that's actually the Intercontinental, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, but still, you want a workhorse women's belt to mean something.
Right. And these are two, in a way, I hate to use the term part-timers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
at this point, yeah.
What's going on? That I have to really, I don't even know how to think, because I base my Mania picks these days off who's taking time off after Mania.
True.
But I think the Intercontinental title could be a title that's not used that often.
Yeah.
It's not like the heavyweight title. So I think Becky wins so they can set up the third one.
Yeah, I like it. I like that call. I like it. All right. Let's go. Obviously, we don't know about what else is going to be added to or not, because we're unsure about Nikki Bella's status. They have the 4-way dance in there, which means like we would get EO. First of all, I have to say this. I agree with all the internet wrestling community, all the major shows. Look, it stinks that Nikki Bella's hurt. Why is her status determining why we're not getting a generational match in Io Sky and Asuka? Like, regardless of anybody's status, that should be at WrestleMania. Like, I just need to say that.
Yeah, that should be somewhere on one of these nights as a match already. I think it's because they might throw in Asuka and Kyrie as the backup team, but now I'm reading that Raquel and Roxanne might be thrown in there if Nikki can't go. So maybe we still somehow find a way. I mean, we got a couple days till Mania. Maybe they find a way to plug a match in there. But agreed, another one, Asuka Io dream match that deserves a build-up that should be on the show.
Oh, imagine the entrances in that match.
Oh man,
great.
And also,
and just let him cook. Like, forget the WWE style. Let him go stardom.
Yeah,
let him go. Let him throw down.
Io had match of the night at WrestleMania last year in that triple threat
and now
women's
she's
show.
Relegated to be in Rhea's corner. Like,
right.
It's a great point. Remember, you still got a SmackDown leading up, so we can get clarity there.
Yeah. All right. We talked about the main event enough. Gunther, Seth Rollins. That's going to be a good match. To me, I love the build up. I love Gunther on the mic. I love how they built this story. I wasn't a fan of it originally, but they sold me on it after what happened on Raw. They really have. I'm invested in this match.
Yeah, kudos to both guys for in short span. And I saw a funny tweet that said, hey, WWE and TKO didn't have time to screw this up because it was such a short build. It was just a kind of a 3-week build, right? So, like, that's a great tweet because this promo on Monday night was great. We got to hear Gunther say, I hate that you think you're the best wrestler. I'm going to show you that you're not. It's just two guys that want to show who's the best. And Gunther, I mean, look, needed to be on this show. He had to be on the show after you built him up as the guy who retires everybody. It would have been a travesty if he was not involved on this. So I'm excited for this one. Seth Rollins is a professional, always does good work. So kudos to both guys for getting the fans invested in such a short build in this match. And I think, though, Braun Breaker return, right? Gunther gets the win. Braun Breaker return, causing Rollins to lose. What do you think, Jeremy, on this?
I couldn't agree with you guys more. The best point you guys made to me in that situation was you took something that we didn't know how it made sense 3 weeks ago. You made it personal. You used the microphone to elevate things. Very old school here. Love it. They've made it personal. They've made it good. I mean, we're not just putting this match together because, hey, we need a match here and you both are good. They've made it. I'm curious now. And I'm seeing the Paul Heyman effect. I'm curious about a lot of things here. They've made me interested. I didn't like when they put it together 3 weeks ago. I'm like, this was a match that needed 4 months, 5 months. But you know what? It's been better. I was so wrong. 3 weeks has been perfect.
It's all, but that's what WrestleMania used to be. Used to be a 3-4 week build, and it was fine. Like,
unless it was a main event. The main event got more.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, you didn't.
You're talking about your undercard, right? Like
undercard. You don't need.
Yeah, build up that way.
Chamber, and then you need.
I mean, the funny thing is, those years that we said that there was some good manias like the 17s. Some of those years, like, oh, here's a fatal 4-way European match. You know what I mean? Like Jericho and Regal were getting built up. This guy's peeing in his cup. So we would have some silly builds sometimes, but it ended up being really
But
good,
the
right?
matches were really good. That's
The
all I'm
matches were really
saying.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Wait a minute. And speaking of a good match, we go to night 2.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait.
Brock and Obafemi,
Let's
bro,
go.
dude. This
Go.
this is gonna be match of the night. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about the ladder match. I don't care about anything. These dudes. This is why people want to see WrestleMania. As LaGreca and Bully Ray, everybody's been saying, there's one match you gotta watch this weekend. Is these two dudes.
Jeremy, I want your opinion on this. After watching Monday Night Raw, Oba cut the promo he did. Is this guy not the next one? I mean, not only does he have the intimidating aura and the presence, he's got the theme song. He's got something that the fans can get into with the strut, but he could cut a promo too against Paul Heyman. What do you think? I mean, is this a guy you just let's not mess around here because we've seen it too many times. The hot flavor of whatever. This guy has it all, though. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Oba's money.
Yeah.
Oba's money. And I'm watching, and if anybody knows Brock Lesnar, Brock don't like you, he don't sell for you. And he has sold 4 weeks in a row for this guy.
Something else.
I know. He's given no offense in their fights.
No.
I love it. They did this with Brock and Braun, and they ruined it. Braun should have gone over on him because Braun was getting over organically. And and I'm not trying to do history now versus then. Don't do that to Oba this time.
Don't.
No.
Get it right. Don't stop the train.
No.
You have, you strike while the iron is hot. And you said Braun Strowman. You could have. Samoa Joe was another guy, right? Samoa Joe got hot against Brock, and I think Brock was the one I was like, let's have a match. So you're right. Brock likes you. He's going to sell for you, and Brock's just a great seller in general. This match is going to be. I expect these guys to steal the weekend, steal the show. This is the real main event, in my opinion. And the fact that you can get so much investment from the audience without a title on the line, without so much as besides this past week, they never really said a word to each other. It was just a stare down and a little physicality. And you made this the most must-see thing. Tells me, and then Triple H was in the ring to hear the crowd. I know he was thinking, I got my next megastar. I can't mess this up. Do the right thing. I don't care about Brock's might retire later this year. You got to make him look strong. Obafemi's money. He needs the victory. Must watch. You got to check this out.
You ruined it with Almost 2 when you had him open with Brock and Brock squashing him. Get it right this time.
Oba's going over. If Oba doesn't go over, then I don't know what the plot is here.
Then you don't like making new stars.
Yeah.
You don't want guys who are 45 to 52 running.
He's 27.
He's 27. He's money. He's the crowd goes nuts for him.
It's time.
One thing I want to get back to you guys about, and I want to tell you what the pop is like for him.
Yeah.
Yes, please tell us.
You need to know what that pop is like. We need that pop.
Yes.
Because you know what the Brock pop's going to be like? Because we know everybody loves the nostalgia, but I want to know what that Oba pop is like.
Yeah, and like I mentioned on the program, I was at the Garden a couple weeks ago for the Raw when he came out, and I, watching wrestling for so long, I'm 40. Rare moments where I'm like in a crowd and I'm like, oh man, I feel it. I got the goosebumps. Like there's something special here. I felt that for Oba. So I can't wait for you to tell us what that pop is like at WrestleMania if you're there.
There's a few people out there in the history of wrestling that there's a pop that is coming to be special. Oba's starting to get into that group.
Yeah, huge.
And your first ever singles match at Mania is against Brock Lesnar. You have to.
I'll tell you this. I was there at the Garden.
That's it.
I was there at the Garden in '96 when Austin and Brett wrestled. Austin came out. I was like, "Yep, that's the dude.
The Road Warriors.
That's the
Hardys.
Dude.
Yeah, Hardy's another good one.
Pop, don't get me wrong. That place went electric because Bret Hart returned. But I was like, I looked over and I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, it's a different feeling. It's different than the pop. That's what it is. It's different.
And you heard it at WrestleMania 13 when Austin came out. And then you kept hearing it. It was like, "Yep,
right.
This is the dude. That's the dude." Oba's
doing stuff organically.
Yeah.
Right way.
All right. ladder match. Obviously, it's designed for Javon Evans. Javon Evans is a Javon Evans showcase ladder match because he's just gonna do whatever he does. Interesting that Rey Mysterio is in this match, but he wasn't ready for a Gunther storyline. Anyway,
Jimmy, although we've seen Penta in AEW, him with ladders is kind of crazy too.
we got
Penta.
Dragon.
Penta also an MLW with ladders.
Yeah, anything with ladders.
I'm really surprised Ray Phoenix isn't in this match, just because.
Isn't he injured?
He might be injured, I think.
Yeah, I know he's injured, but like if he wasn't, he'd be in this match because him and ladders too. Like those dudes with the ladders. Look, I hope Penta retains the Intercontinental Championship. He deserves a run with the belt. I know Javon Evans is going to go off in this match. Would I be shocked if he gets the belt? No, but I feel like I'm leaning towards a retention here.
Yeah, Penta's a star. This is the WrestleMania where you have to tell people, man, we're elevating the next generation of stars.
Yeah.
Well said, Jeremy. Well said.
You don't have to be 52 and going over at Mania every year.
No.
And I'm not trying to knock the older people. I'm the older people. Yeah. But I want to know that WWE and wrestling is in good hands for the next 5-10 years.
That's what they did with
last year. We can't say that.
This is exact. Looking at this card now, you just laid it out. I mean, you said it perfectly. I mean, just looking at the rest of the card, and Jimmy's going to get to it. I mean, Trick, Dominic, Jade, Penta, Oba. It's pretty much this is our new era, right? Like this is our new era here.
But I'll say this with the you mentioned the Dom match. I don't know if you can have Finn Balor lose coming back as the
Demon. I think Dom might
advertise it.
Yeah.
Once you advertise it, it kills the mystique.
What do we think about this advertisement of this? I mean, this should have been a surprise, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like that.
The whole character was built on a surprise.
Right.
In New Japan.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, dude.
And Finn has come out publicly and said it's not the same if you announce it.
No.
Correct.
Because people want him, he's getting his demon side back. That doesn't mean you need to announce it.
Correct. I just don't like that. But I agree. I think if he's coming back as the demon, he's probably got to win this match.
He's got to win this match, and then Dom can beat him regularly in a rematch or something. That's it. I agree. As far as the U.S. title goes, I think Trick Williams should walk away with the title straight up. Trick is money. He's everywhere. This dude, him, Oba, all these guys are the new face of the company. I'm sorry. Another mega star with Trick. I've always been a Trick guy. Oba, I enjoyed NXT, but I've got more on the Oba train since he's come up to the main roster. Remember
but Trick is yes,
pop, man.
We've been talking about Trick as being the guy for a while on this program, and I think this is the time he wins the title from Sami Zayn. And you're right. I mean, the next generation is getting propped up here. What do you think, Jeremy?
Trick's a star. He's over. He is great on the mic. You had him close a SmackDown in WrestleMania season. People have not talked about that. Who knows what the reason was? I don't care. Well, it does matter. But if you're closing a SmackDown on a WrestleMania season, that means they got to have something in mind.
They think highly of you. Yeah, they think. Yeah. And on the back end of this, we get Mello and Trick. It's unfortunate Mello got kind of the short end of the stick.
Yeah, he got chopped out of this one.
We're going to get Mello and Trick after this, probably.
That's better. That's better. Yeah. Play it long term.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Not everything has to always come to an end at Mania, but it's supposed to be. It's the storyline, the calendar year is supposed to be Mania to Mania every year.
Right.
But it's not anymore.
No, it's not. And Triple H still advertises that when, last year, remember the show closed and he closed the book and said, that's it for this year? On to next year.
But it's not. And I agree, and I agree with the women's match. Jade's got to beat Rhea. You got to elevate her here. You got to give her the rub. Rhea's got to take the pin.
Rhea did the job last year.
Yeah, I think here's the thing on this one. I agree with that, Jimmy. Unfortunately, I think Rhea. I think Rhea's going to win a title here, right? I mean,
so
I think that's what's going to happen.
Your picks in the beginning were baby heels.
Me personally, I think you gotta
in a perfect world, because Jade will lose a lot of steam and momentum if she takes a clean loss here, right? Yeah. I mean, that unfortunately, because you brought Jade in with this big hoopla and this pomp and circumstance, she's the next thing, and we know the story on her. People still saying she hasn't learned how to wrestle. I mean, she's been okay for what she is because she doesn't need to wrestle. We don't need to see chain wrestling and
I've said
technical
this
moves.
before, and I'll say it again. I know WWE doesn't want to copy from other companies. Jade doesn't have to go catch cam on the mat.
Yeah,
Physicality.
No, all you gotta do is do Bill Goldberg, and that's it for her. That's all
that's
you
it.
need.
Yeah,
I don't know. Goldberg.
AEW did it perfectly. She just killed everybody. Look, the Statlander match was really good. They really worked on that, her last match. But no, she just needs to dominate people.
yeah.
Yeah, and this is a rare match where you have someone who can match the physicality of Jade.
Right.
Do it.
Yeah.
Go stiff. Go this.
Yeah.
This is style Rhea thrives in, but could never do because they're half her size, and she is such a good worker. She can work with anybody.
Right.
Man, let Rhea show people, man, I can get violent. I don't just get.
Let Rhea cook.
Let Rhea cook, man.
Must
We
be a
know she
t-shirt.
can cook. We know she can cook. She cooked down in NXT for years, beating up people.
And she never got the Charlotte physical match that we were.
Yeah, we missed out on that.
We deserved that one. Yes. All right, main event, night 2, world title, Punk, Roman. This has a lot of history. Goes back to the Shield. We've got killer promos. Had some pull aparts. We've got somehow Pat McAfee's involved in this one now too. I don't know why we're putting him at the beginning of Roman's promo. Talking about again with the ticket sales stuff. I don't care about that. Sorry. We've got apologies on one end, apologies on the other. I think it was a fake apology by Punk. I know how he works. I know how he works. To me, Punk's a heel, Roman's the face. That's how I view this match. I think they view it differently in the company. And I think they tried to make it come off like Roman was a heel on Monday and Punk was but Punk works best when he's a heel. Heel promos, that's who he was. Like how we have jealousy on both sides of it. I
didn't like that last night.
Oh, you didn't like it, Jeremy.
Sorry to cut you off. I don't understand.
Okay.
You're both alphas. You're both top guys.
Well, I get it.
I like this about you, and you like this about me. That's your go home crap. Sorry.
No.
Go home stuff.
I like the fact that Punk said that, look, I'm envious because you got handed everything and I had to work for it. And Roman said, you got the crowd that I've been trying to work for.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It was interesting that they complimented.
I want to leave for 10 years and get the chant you get.
Yeah. Because Punk was such a popular character.
But there's no hate in that. There's no hate in that.
Well, for Roman, it is because he was pushed as the next guy, and the fans said no.
Well, I still think, and I love that Bully Ray said this Roman, when CM Punk said, I had to do this and I had to do that, Roman had to eat a lot of nonsense too.
Literally, dog food.
Yeah, the promos he got that you knew he had to go out there saying, this is going to fail, but I have to. So he's paid his dues too, man.
Yeah, that's the one thing when Punk was saying, you were handed it. I'm like, well, I get it because of his family name getting into the business initially, but it took him a long time to finally get the crowd to be like, hey.
It looks like $1 million.
Yeah, we finally accept this guy. We finally found a niche that works. So I thought it was interesting that they complimented each other, and they, like you said, that I'm envious of this, and a little bit of compliments through each other's way after what we've gotten the last couple of weeks was an interesting way to go. Although I did enjoy the face-to-face to end the show, it was still riveting to me because I think CM Punk is just the best at what he does right now. I mean, it's been so great.
I know you're not a Punk guy.
No, you're not a Punk guy. It's okay. I just think that.
But Teddy, I can't.
I think he's amazing at what he does. I think.
Yeah, when he's not corporate Punk.
Yes. Yeah.
That statement resonates, and I understand, and I have a hard time arguing it. When he's corporate Punk, no.
When he's saying like, I'm sorry, Saudi Arabia, stuff like that.
Yes, and when I'm sorry about what I said about your dad. CM Punk was never supposed to apologize anything.
Yeah, I was surprised he apologized.
Let's be honest. I think even at the time, I think a lot of people was like, yeah, that's kind of a low blow. His dad just passed away months ago. That was kind of a low blow. And there's a reason they didn't bring up Larry, I think, too, because I think Roman didn't want to go there either, right? Roman
Punk asked for it to be.
So there you go. So yeah. But I think these two guys are also going to put on a killer match as well. Jimmy. I really
I
think
think
so.
they're
I
going to
think-
do business. They're going to do
Yeah.
business.
They're gonna do business. I mean, from the word is backstage, like it's like a Brett and Sean rivalry right now.
I agree, but once Triple H said that,
Yeah.
that means it's not the case.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Everyone, we knew Brett and Sean hated each other.
Right, but we
Yeah.
were going off assumptions. There was no way.
If Unreal was not a show, up until Unreal dropped, I could have sworn CM Punk and Drew McIntyre had some legit heat. Then you see them working together, on Unreal, and I'm like, all right. I mean, they're professional, but that's the one downside of that show because you could have had the fans thinking these guys. Really hate each other.
I will say, McIntyre's been on podcasts. He's like, I still hate CM Punk. So.
Oh yeah,
Well,
but
yeah.
one of the things about Drew, and he doesn't get enough credit for, he makes you believe in every match.
Yeah,
correct.
In and out of the ring. That's one
Correct.
of the of Drew McIntyre.
So we got the main event.
So prediction, yeah.
And what is the final scene? Night 2. Who's got the title?
Jeremy, go ahead, man.
I'm gonna go with my head and not my heart here. Actually, I'm gonna go with my head and what I think makes sense, and I think it's Punk. I've said that from the beginning. I'm not changing course. I can never, as a Roman Reigns diehard from the beginning, assume he can be around. I have one friend today that actually threw out a scenario to me that said I think he keeps it to Saudi Arabia.
CM Punk.
No, Roman.
Oh, Roman. Okay.
That I think it's just he's that big, and I said no. I think it's Punk's time. It seems like ever since he's been back, Triple H is on the CM Punk redemption booking. He wanted Punk to win that Rumble, but Jey Uso's popularity caused a last-minute switch. He has had Punk. Yeah,
And Punk might have won the Rumble the year before if he didn't get hurt. I mean, I know probably Cody was slated, but yeah.
Right. Punk's never had a Mania singles match or Mania main event win, ever. Last year's match, now we know, set up for this year. I think Punk goes over, man. Do I want to be there doing Roman doing this and jumping up and down? Yes. I just don't see it happening. I think that's why that's night 2 now. So the fans leave with a babyface pop.
Jeremy, you said something there, the CM Punk Redemption Tour. I didn't even think about it that way until you said it, which is great because it really, we don't know how many more years he has left. And I think everything that's going on right now is just to be like, hey, thank you for what you did for the business. Here's your last run. We're going to make you a Hall of Famer. Thanks for coming back and all that. 10 years of people chanting your name. And I think Jimmy and I have talked about this for about the last 6 weeks. You have more stories to tell if CM Punk retains. There's so many more guys to wrestle on Monday Night Raw. I don't know how Roman loses. I don't know if it's a clean finish. I don't know.
It from the start. I said it from the start. The Usos will come down and Jey absolutely cost them the match.
I think some Samoans we don't even expect could show up. Remember, there's a lot.
Haku showed up.
We're all on CM Punk, which is
Samoans that
interesting.
are breaking in the business now that are stars. Zilla,
that's a good point. Zillow, yeah.
Zilla, Lance, NOI. There is a lot, and Roman made the call to the family. He didn't just make the call to the Usos and whoever. It was to the family. I
just don't see Rome doing this again with a belt that the WWE created to just have it disappear from your show on Netflix. I just can't see it. I can't see the title going away. Because Netflix will not like that.
Because now you have Oba, Gunther, Rollins, Braun Breaker. Look how many guys CM Punk can go against at the back end of this, right? So it's wild that we're all on CM Punk to win this. Now it's going to go completely opposite. Watch.
I'm not wild. I love the idea. Let's.
I know you're not. Yeah.
But I just think it's everything points to it.
It makes sense. Look, before we wrap, it just makes sense because. If Roman's going away to film a movie, where's the title?
And he's got media for Street Fighter coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Cody
where's
too.
The belt?
That's why Cody's definitely losing.
Yeah. So why does he need the title? Why do we need to go through it again? A long reign when half the time he didn't defend the belt. That was the point of bringing back this championship, was to have it seen and be defended. I get it. People want him to go over all this. I'd rather have dissension in the bloodline because then you don't know what's actually coming next because I still think I don't think Roman's going to lose clean. I think he's losing, and I think there's going to be an accidental bump from one of these Samoans that cost him the title.
And yeah, and it makes things interesting. You're right.
Yeah, I could see a Jey Uso go heel and have a program with CM Punk. They have history.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you have
There's
so
something
much
different
more
there, too.
built in.
There's
if
so
you
much
have
meat on the
this-
bone after this.
Yes.
Give us that.
Give it to us.
Feed us.
Feed us. Yo, you got feeding families. Let's go. Like, guys
Yeah.
are feeding families. But this has been the Nightcap Recap, guys. We had Jeremy on rocking North.
Thank you.
My boy Teddy, always here. You know where
Thank
to
you.
follow us along. Full Press Media up on YouTube. You got Special Team Media, IG, at the Instagram, Nightcap Recap. You know where to be. I'm Jim Biringer. Guys, enjoy this video. We'll see you past WrestleMania. NFL drafts coming up. Take care.
Can I give one quick plug? One quick plug.
One more
quick
before
plug.
we wrap.
Yep.
Quick
Go
plug.
ahead, Jeremy.
Just want to say Thursday night, if you're in Vegas, come to the Palms for House of Glory Wrestling. Hardys versus the Good Brothers. Let's go.
That's
Check 'em out.
huge.
Check out
That's
Good Brothers.
huge.
Shout out to our boys,
be
Good
there.
brothers
I'll
out
be
there.
there.
Check it out again. Nightcap Recap. You know what to do.
Love you guys.
Peace.